Hello everyone. Yes, do not adjust your set. I'm not actually showing you a vacuum cleaner today. No, something a little bit different. I'm going to be unboxing and showing you this Leisure Direct washing machine. The whole thing weighs about 5 kilograms, very light even in the box. And this is one of those very small compact machines, ideal for student accommodation or if you want to take a washing machine in your caravan or motorhome. I've got a caravan and I may be taking this on my next trip, depending how good it is. Okay, let's open it up. Now it says on the top of the box that this has been run tested, which means the machine has been tested with water prior to shipping in line with their quality control. So if you get one of these and find a bit of water in, it's not used, it's just been tested at the factory to make sure. I assume it's watertight and it works. So let's open it up. And this is a single tub washing machine, unlike the twin tubs I've shown you in the past. It has a similar washing action to those twin tubs. It does actually spin dry the clothes as well, but you have to use the same tub. I'll see how effective that is later in the video. Okay. Nicely packaged. A couple of handles either side. Help me lift it out of the box. Oh yes, it is very light. That shouldn't add too much to the weight of my caravan if I decide to take it. Okay, let's have a closer look. Oh dear, well that's not a very good start. I've noticed some damage to this washing machine just out of the box. Just here there is a little crack in the plastic. It won't affect the washing machine per se, it won't affect the performance. It just means that I have to press that bit of broken plastic in before the lid closes fully. I might be able to glue it, but then I think I'll contact the seller and get this picked up and replaced, because I shouldn't have to pay for a brand new machine only to find it's broken on arrival. Anyway, let's have a look what we get inside. You can open the lid fully and it does stay open. And this inside here, the spinner basket, we've got an instruction book. If it's anything like the twin tub washing machines I've shown you, it'll be in pidgin English, so hopefully we can work out how to use this machine in the video. These hoses supplied with this type of machine are pretty useless, very thin. I don't know any sort of tap that would fit. It might fit onto my caravan tap in the kitchen of the caravan, but you don't have to use the hose to fill up this type of machine. You can fill it using a bucket, or even if you're washing in cold water, you could use a garden hose, I suppose. Top it up with some water from the kettle if you want a bit of heat, but just fill it up with a bucket. Don't bother with these, it won't last very long. You can buy a more substantial rubber hose, the type you'd get on the old-fashioned twin tub washing machines. It is possible to buy them, but they're quite expensive, around £20 I think mine cost. So anyway, you don't have to use it. This is the spinner basket that looks a bit like a salad spinner, and I suppose at a push, if you wanted to spin your lettuce in this, you could do. It is a smaller capacity to the actual wash tub, so you're not going to be able to spin very much in here. I would say you could get a shirt in there, some underwear, socks. I doubt you could spin a pair of jeans. I might give it a go, but it is very small. So you're only going to spin smaller items in this. So that fits into the wash tub, but only during spinning. You must remove it when you're using it as a washing machine. And you get this mat that fits on top of the clothes to stop them flying out of the spinner basket. Inside here, it's quite a large capacity for actual washing. At the bottom of the tub there is the pulsator or agitator. That rotates one way and then it'll rotate the other way, and it's designed to make the clothes swirl around inside the wash tub. I'll show you that in action shortly. That can be removed with a Phillips screwdriver if you need to clean anything from underneath. There's also, if I can just show you, a tiny filter, a lint filter, just at the bottom of the wash tub here. Just make sure that that's free of any lint after each use. Here's the control panel, such as it is. We've got a water inlet here, so that's for connecting the flimsy fill hose to the machine, if you can find a tap that will fit the end of this. But as I said, most people will fill this via a bucket or some other means, but it's there if you want it. This is your program selector, so you've got the off position, a wash position, and when you're using the spin dryer, you need to turn it to the spin position. This is your timer, goes all the way up to 15 minutes if you've got some heavily soiled items, or as low as 3 minutes for a quick wash of delicates or lightly soiled. This is a clockwork timer. When I turn it, you'll hear it clicking. And then the machine will just run until the timer ends and it will switch off automatically. You can lift the machine via these two handles either side, or there is a carry handle on the back as well. Now, I wouldn't carry the machine when it's full of water, certainly not using this handle, because it doesn't feel like it would take the weight of the machine and all the water inside. If you have to move the machine when it's got water in it, my advice is to use the side handles. At the back of the washing machine, we've got the mains cable and fitted 13 amp plug, and two hooks to store the cable, although they don't store it very well. They could do with being a bit longer, because you'll find that this cable will fall off. There's nothing to really hold it on. Once the cable is off, you can plug the machine in. Now, there is a little recess for the 13 amp plug, so you really need to put that in first and then try and coil the cable round. It's not ideal. As you can see, that the hooks just aren't really big enough. The rated voltage of this washing machine is 230 volts. It takes a 3 kilogram wash load, but that will be less when you're spinning. And the rated washing input power is 240 watts. The drain hose is situated on the side of the washing machine, and it's important to ensure that it's in this position when you're washing your clothes, otherwise all the water will drain out. Now, this is a gravity drain system, it doesn't have an electric pump, so when you want to empty the water out of the machine, you simply unhook the drain hose and lower it to the ground. You can just empty it onto the ground if you're outside, or into a bucket. It would be helpful if you could have this elevated. If you're using it next to your sink, that's easy. You just lower the drain hose into the sink. You also, of course, need to make sure the drain hose is lowered when you're using the spinning function. Well, I'm in my kitchen now, and I've got the Leisure Direct washing machine on a worktop next to the sink. If you can use the machine next to your sink, it is the most convenient place to do it, because you've got easy access to filling it, obviously with a tap nearby, and it's easier to drain the dirty water into the sink. You can use this in your caravan or motorhome. You may be able to use it next to the sink in the kitchen area of your caravan, or it will fit in the shower cubicle of your caravan if you want to use it there. So I'm just going to do one load of washing in this machine just to show you how I do it and how easy the machine is to use. I will attempt to use the spinner, but I have used it briefly before making this video, and the spinner, as many reviewers have said, is not really worth it. Maybe if you've got some salad to spin, you could use it for that, but it's not very effective when spinning clothes. Okay, first thing to do is fill this machine with warm water. While the wash tub is filling, I like to add my detergent at this stage. So in it goes. Use a smaller amount of detergent than you'd use in a full-size washing machine. Now, the instructions state to put the clothes in first, then fill it with water, and then put your detergent on top. But personally, I think it's better to put the water in and then the detergent, mix the detergent in a bit so it's fully dissolved in the water, and then add the clothes. Before I add the clothes, I'm going to switch the machine on for a few seconds to ensure that all the detergent is thoroughly mixed in with the water. Okay, I'm just going to start adding some clothes, mainly t-shirts and some pairs of socks, some shorts there, polo shirt, add some more socks in, and I'm going to hold back a couple of garments on this there. I'm going to turn the machine on now and see if the clothes are flowing freely. If I feel there's more room, I'll add some more garments. If the clothes aren't agitating freely backwards and forwards, you need to either add some more water or take some of the clothes out. The water temperature will depend on what you're washing, but you shouldn't put anything really hotter than 40 degrees. So for most of your washing, 40 degrees. For anything delicate, you want it slightly cooler. And the wash timer is up to you. If it's very heavily soiled, you can go up to 15 minutes. For lightly soiled garments, there's only 3 minutes. You could do that just for freshening up some sportswear. I'm going to, I think, go middle ground and wash this load for 9 minutes. Now that the wash has finished, we need to empty the tub for the first rinse. You can leave the clothes in the wash tub as they are before adding the first rinse water, but to get extra suds out of the clothes, I like to remove them from the washer and give them a bit of a squeeze. So we can take them out one by one, and if you've got a sink handy, obviously you can squeeze them out over the sink. Put them into a clean washing basket, or if the sink top's clean, you can just lay the clothes on that. This is optional, you don't really have to do this, but it just helps to get rid of quite a lot of the sudsy water before you start rinsing the clothes. And I would do this if you've got sensitive skin. But of course, you can rinse the clothes as many times you like with a machine like this until the water looks fairly clear. So that's nearly all the clothes out. So now I'm going to add some rinse water. Before you start filling the tub again, of course, you must make sure that the drain hose is situated back on the side of the machine. I can now turn on the cold tap and start filling the wash tub. As the tub is filling, I'm going to add back the laundry. Just make sure it's loose inside the tub, and then we're just going to fill it to about the same level as I did for washing. And now I'm going to turn the washer on for a few minutes for the first rinse. Now that the first rinse is finished, it's time to empty the water once again. Once the wash tub is empty, don't forget to hook the drain hose back onto the side of the machine, and then you can start filling again with a second rinse. In the comments section under similar compact washing machines I've reviewed, I often get asked, when do you add the fabric softener? So you add it in the final rinse. I filled this machine up for the third and final time with clean water. I'm going to start it going for the final rinse, and while the clothes are swirling around, I'm going to add the fabric softener. Now, before I empty the final rinse water and show you what is laughingly described as the spin basket and the spin cycle, I'm going to show you what the machine does when I flick it to spin when it's in washing mode, because I know I'm going to get a lot of people asking me, please show it in spin mode when it's full of water. So I'm going to do that. It's not very exciting, but here goes. I've removed all the wet clothing from the washer, and it's now time to attempt to spin them, or at least attempt to spin some of them, because you can't spin as many clothes as you can wash at the same time. As you can see, the spin basket is very small. So basically you put what clothes you can inside here, you put the spinner mat on top and select spin on the control panel. But first I need to position the basket over the central agitator. Okay, I'm going to add some clothes to the spin basket. I think I'll attempt all the socks. Well, I'll put a t-shirt in as well on top because there is room for it. And then place the spinner mat firmly in position. Make sure, of course, that the drain hose is into the sink so any spin water can drain away. And then it's a case of turning it to the spin setting and selecting the wash spin timer. Okay, we can take out the washing, and it is still very, very damp. In fact, if I wring that out, I could get a lot more water out of it, I'm sure. Yeah. So basically, as many reviewers have stated, the spin cycle on this machine is pretty poor, really next to useless. You're better off wringing the clothes out by hand. Well, that's the second load spun in this Leisurewyze portable washing machine. It's still quite heavy, so I'm expecting there's still going to be a lot of water. It's still sodden. I'll still be able to wring out more water by hand than this washer can spin out. As a washing machine, it's very effective. It's cleaned all the clothes and it's rinsed them well, but forget it if you want your clothes to be spun. Now, I would have found this useful in my last caravan holiday because I did have to wash a few items by hand in the caravan sink and wring them out. And we have a little caravan clothes line, a little rotary line that we use when we're caravanning. So this would have been useful on my last trip to wash and rinse the clothes, but I still would have had to wring out the clothes and hang them out. But fortunately, if it's nice weather, things don't take too long to dry. So all in all, if you're looking for a lightweight compact washing machine for your caravan, motorhome, student accommodation, or you simply can't fit a full-sized machine into your home, then this Leisure Direct machine and similar machines are worth considering. Just forget about the spin cycle, it's not worth it. Unless you eat a lot of salads and want a decent salad spinner, then I suppose it would be handy for that. But for spinning your clothes, you're better off wringing them out by hand. So if you've any comments or questions about this portable washing machine, please comment below. Thumb up if you like the video, and please subscribe and you'll be notified of all my new uploads. So until the next video, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.